please remain standing for the national anthem and the invocation? And I would like to remind veterans and current service members that a new act of Congress authorizes you to salute the flag whether or not you're in uniform.
Please join me in singing our national anthem.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, God, I just come before you right now, and I thank you so much for this day and all the many blessings in it. Dear Lord, I thank you so much for this opportunity to gather here today and celebrate the great accomplishments that each of these graduates have attained. Dear God, I pray that you'll be with the speaker today as he presents the words to encourage these graduates in the next chapter of their life. I just thank you for all the many blessings that you've bestowed upon this university and just continue to bless. We love you and we thank you for everything. In Jesus Christ's name I do pray. Amen.
Please be seated for our musical presentation. Thank you so much for that fine musical presentation. We're indeed fortunate to have such fine talent among our faculty. It is now my pleasure to introduce a great leader in American higher education, our Chancellor, Dr. Jack Hawkins, Jr.
Thank you, Dr. Roach, and good morning. What a great occasion this is, one that we often say is the most important day of the year at Troy University, and I suspect if I asked for a second to that motion, I would hear many. So we congratulate those who we will honor in just a few minutes. I bring you greetings on behalf of our Board of Trustees, and I welcome you to the summer commencement exercises at Troy University. As I introduce the platform party and the special guests, I would ask them to stand. Please remain standing, and please hold your applause, and we will recognize all of those as a group. Members of our Board of Trustees, Dr. Doug Hawkins, the President Pro Tem, the Honorable Gerald Dial, the Honorable Roy Drinkard, the Honorable Lamar Higgins, the Honorable Charles Nayland, and the Honorable Alan Owen. Our speaker, Mr. Earl Johnson, whom I will formally introduce later in the morning. And I would say that it'll be our honor on this occasion to not only hear Mr. Johnson's words, but also to recognize him with the highest honor that we bestow at this university, and that's the Doctor of Humane Letters. Miss Amy Kelly, a member of our student government from Mr. Johnson's hometown of Andalusia, who delivered our invocation. Our administrative team includes Dr. Ed Roach, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost, Dr. Richard Fedorenko, the Senior Vice Chancellor for Student Services and Administration, Dr. John Schmidt, Senior Vice Chancellor for Advancement and External Relations. Representing our 5 academic colleges are Dr. Bill Richardson, College of Arts and Science, Dr. Don Hines, College of Business, Dr. Jeff Spurlock, College of Communication and Fine Arts, Dr. Lance Tatum, the College of Education, and Dr. Hal Fulmer, the College of Health and Human Services. Other members of the platform party are Dr. Diane Barron, the Associate Provost and Dean of the Graduate School, Lieutenant Colonel Chris Shannon, Air Force ROTC, Mr. Tim Parr, the Student Government Association President, and Professor Jerry Johnson, the winner of the Wallace D. Malone Jr. Distinguished Faculty Award, who had the honor this morning of carrying the university mace in today's commencement processional. Special guest, and all of you are special, and I'll single out only a few, State Representative Alan Booth, Troy City Councilman Jason Reeves, and I might add former SGA President at Troy University, Miss Sylvia Johnson, the wife of Mr. Earl Johnson. There are many friends and family of Mr. Johnson, and I would ask them to stand and know how honored we are that you're with us. The members of our foundation board, Ms. Patricia Barnes, Mr. Jimmy Gardner, Ms. Claudine Nichols, and Mr. Harold McKinney. Members of our alumni board, Mr. Mickey Crew, Ms. Sandy Goose, Mr. Lloyd Taylor, and Mr. Jerry Williams. I'm also delighted to ask Ms. Karen Drinkard, the daughter of Mr. Roy Drinkard, to stand, and Judge Keith Watkins, who happens to be in a supportive role today because his wife graduates. Last, but certainly not least, my wife Janice, and it's with special pleasure that I welcome from Hawaii. Please give me this personal prerogative here, or pleasure, in welcoming a Troy graduate home, my daughter from Hawaii, she's married to a captain in the Air Force, and she flew in last night with our first grandson, Noah. So would you welcome all of these folks? Please be seated. Thank you. And I'll have to tell you that Coach Blakeney has already signed that little linebacker. He'll start playing for our Trojans in 2026. 8 years ago, Troy University, together with partner universities throughout China, developed a joint degree program. It was a prototype. It was an effort to link universities across a wide ocean, and that has been very successful. And I thank Dr. Kurt Porter and I thank Ms. Debbie Davis for the work they have put into this program. Students spend their freshman year in China. Their sophomore and junior years are spent at Troy University, and they return to China for the 4th year of study. When they finish, they receive 2 bachelor's degrees, one from the partner university in China and one from Troy University. We have had 5 commencement ceremonies since the outset of this program. Today we recognize 26 students who will return to China in just a few days for their final year of study. We have enjoyed them. They have contributed much. I hope they have benefited from the experience, and I'd like to ask you to join me in sending these 26 students back to China with a big Troy University note of congratulations. Please stand. Thank you, and we wish you well. 2 special groups help these graduates reach this important milestone in their lives. Thousands of years ago, a Roman philosopher asked, "What greater gift can we offer the Republic than to teach?" There's a group in this audience that certainly could answer that question, but it's a group for whom we have great appreciation. And I'd like to ask the members of our faculty who are here representing our entire faculty to please stand and let us say thank you to all of you who have worked so hard. Thank you so much. Every commencement shares several common denominators, but perhaps the most consistent is the enthusiasm of loving families. The stars of this ceremony sit before us, but the supporting cast sits to the sideline. I'd like to ask our stars, as our supporting cast rises, to say thank you to members of your family who have loved you and supported you. So, members of the families of our graduates, please stand up. Thank you so much. And over the last several years, there has not been one commencement ceremony when one parent or more didn't say, "Thank goodness I get a salary increase after today." So we congratulate you parents in more ways than one, and to the spouses and to the graduates. I'm confident that you are prepared for the challenges of a changing world, and it is changing. I'm also proud to welcome you as members of our alumni family, which exceeds more than 100,000 graduates, and they're located in more than 50 countries around the world. We're proud of you. And on behalf of the National Alumni Association, represented here by several whom I have introduced, I'm pleased to advise you that you will receive a graduation gift. You will receive 1 year's free membership in the National Alumni Association. I said 1 year. After that, we want you to be dues-paying members, and so we want you to be active. And as you graduate, I challenge you to do 3 things, very simple things. First, serve your communities. Your communities will embrace you, but they'll also need you. Be good citizens. Remember the words of Winston Churchill, who said, "We make a living by what we do, but we make a life by what we give." Give much to those who will rely upon you. My second challenge is to be active alumni. You will forever be a member of the Troy University family, and we're proud of you. We want you to return to campus. Now remember what I'm about to say. On 8 November, we have homecoming. We want all of you to be here with us when we celebrate another Trojan victory. We want you to let us know where you are and what you're doing. You'll receive a beautiful publication from our Alumni Association, and we want to read about you in that publication. And the last challenge on point number 2 is send us good students, just like yourselves. And my third challenge, perhaps this is the most important, is to embrace life. Always maintain a positive attitude. Remember that research has proven that 90% of the people in this world who lose their job don't lose their job because they can't do their job. They lose it because of a bad attitude. That's true, and just the converse of that is true. People are promoted because of a good attitude, so maintain that good attitude. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm and I know you will demonstrate that. So congratulations to you. We're proud of you, and we're also proud of our keynote speaker, a gentleman who has distinguished himself in so many ways before his graduation and since, when he graduated from Troy State University in 1970. He has served his hometown of Andalusia very well. He served as the mayor from 2000 to 2004. He has served his profession as a member of the State Bar Board of Commissioners, and he serves his alma mater in so many ways. He's a member of our Alumni Association Board of Directors, and he's vice chairman of our Foundation Board of Directors. In the book of Proverbs, Solomon says, "Without vision, the people will perish." Well, it was Earl Johnson's remarkable vision that led to his greatest service to his alma mater. As we walked across the quad in 1999, I'll never forget Earl saying, "We need a real focal point at this university." It was his vision and his leadership that led an effort to transform our quad from a parking lot to the beautiful presence that it enjoys today. Not only did he have the vision, but he also helped raise the $2.2 million required to make that transformation possible. The results speak for themselves. And as I have watched over these last several years, it has become keenly known to me that the most often photographed spot in southeast Alabama is the Troy University quad. It was a great vision, and it was realized by a great man. For his vision and service, Earl Johnson was presented the 2004 Distinguished Leadership Award. That's the highest award for a Troy alumnus. It's my honor to present to you a community leader who we will honor after his presentation. He's a dedicated public servant, but if you ask him the most important thing he does, that's being a husband, a father, and a grandfather. Please join me in welcoming a true Trojan, our commencement speaker, Mr. Earl Johnson.
Chancellor Hawkins, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, honored guests, and candidates for graduation. Thank you for the privilege of addressing you on this glorious commencement day at Troy University, my alma mater. It is a great honor to be asked to be a commencement speaker at your alma mater, but here at Troy, you're put at a distinct disadvantage because you have to follow Jack Hawkins to the podium. And that's a tall order. First, I want to give a special thank you to Chancellor Hawkins and the Board of Trustees for honoring me by offering me a Doctorate of Humane Letters degree, which will be awarded shortly. I understand if my speech is too long, that's withdrawn, so I'm going to keep it short. You know, while I've made a pretty good living using words, they fail me today in adequately expressing to you what this means to me and what a signal honor this is for me and my entire family. I humbly accept this honor on behalf of the many people, far too numerous to name individually at this time, who have worked with me, supported me, my career, and my work here at Troy. Without their support, I would have accomplished very little. However, I do want to acknowledge my family, members of the Troy University National Alumni Association's Board of Directors, some of who are here today, as well as the university's Foundation Board of Directors. Your support and encouragement has meant more to me than I can ever repay. The central theme of my address today will center on how we all stand on the shoulders of those who have gone before us, and how we have all drawn support from their talents and their encouragement from those who surround us. But before I get started with those comments, there are some special people I want to recognize. First, my wife, Sylvia. We've been married since 1970. And although Sylvia received her college education in Missouri and in Georgia, she has always supported me in my work here at Troy University, and she is now a true Trojan. Sylvia, thank you for putting up with me all these years. I love you. I'm proud to have our daughters here to share this day with us. Our oldest daughter, Laura Chrissy, and our oldest granddaughter, Madeline, are here. Laura's husband, Jeff, and our youngest granddaughter, Ella Grace, were unable to make the trip. Our youngest daughter, Kimberly Ann Holland, and her husband, Mark, are here. I'm sure you know how much I love you and how much I appreciate you making the effort to be here with us on this special occasion. My brothers Ron and Sam are here. Ron gets the prize for coming the furthest distance. He drove from Orlando. Sam came down from Dahlonega. Sam's son, my nephew, J.R. Johnson, is also here. Until today, J.R. held the record in our family for having the most degrees from Troy University. I tie you today, J.R. I'll have 2. Thank you, brothers. Thank you, J.R., for taking the time to make the long trip. Finally, but certainly not least, I have a number of my close friends who are here, some seated over here and some over here. Thank you guys for being here today, but a bigger thank you for what you've meant to me throughout my life. I cherish each and every one of you. On this auspicious occasion, there are a couple of thoughts that occurred to me, and I want to share some stories with you that illustrate those thoughts. Hope there's a little humor in some of this for you. First, as I contemplated the significance of receiving this honorary degree and what it actually means, I was reminded of a friend of mine named Dr. Tim Alford. Some of you know Tim as he's been involved in education here in Alabama for many years. Tim presently serves on Governor Riley's staff as Director and Coordinator of Adult Education and Job Training in the state. But prior to that, he was Mayor of Enterprise. And prior to that, he was superintendent of the Enterprise City School System. And prior to that, he was superintendent of the Andalusia City School System. And that's when I got to know Tim and his lovely wife, Freddie. Tim is about my age, which makes him pretty old. He was raised in Coffee County. He received a BS degree in education from Auburn, eventually earning a doctorate degree in education. And while Tim and I were traveling together several years ago, as the respective mayors of Enterprise and Andalusia, he shared a funny story with me about his mother. She was quite a character and had a reputation of a very plain-spoken person. One day, Mrs. Alford, Tim's mom, and some of her lady friends were talking about their various pains and physical ailments and aggravations associated with growing old. Included in those discussions was which lady was seeing and which doctor was best for any particular medical condition and so forth and so on. And one of Mrs. Alford's lady friends asked her, "Well, isn't your son a doctor?" To which she replied, "Yes, but he ain't the kind that can do you no good." I suppose that the honorary degree bestowed upon me today may not do anyone else any good, but it sure makes me feel good to know that you appreciate the contributions that my family and I have tried to make here at Troy. You know, it did occur to me, though, that as an honorary doctor, I might be able to write honorary prescriptions. I'm not sure about that. And make a profit off this deal. And if I do, I promise to share half of it with a scholarship fund, if that's... The second story dealing with this degree has to do with my wife, Sylvia. I've always had a tendency to let things go to my head a little, and from time to time I get a little full of myself, but I can always depend on Sylvia to bring me back to earth and make sure that I keep things in perspective. For example, as we prepared to come here today, I was once again feeling pretty full of myself and going on and on about what a big deal this degree is and how there's no question I deserve it, et cetera, et cetera. I'm sure most of the wives here know this routine. Anyway, at the height of my feeling good about myself and having convinced myself of how worthy I was of this honor, I asked Sylvia, in all honesty, I said, "Honey, did you ever in your wildest dreams ever see me getting an honorary doctorate degree?" She looked me right in the face. She said, "You've never been in any of my wildest dreams." So I think you can see how she has the unquestioned ability to keep me well grounded. That's enough about me. It's time that we talk about the most important people in this building, and that's you who are about to become official members of Troy University's class of 2008. Congratulations. When Dr. Hawkins asked me to give this commencement address several months ago, I asked him for some guidance about respect to traditions and expectations at commencements here at Troy. He told me that there are only 3 rules that must be strictly observed by the commencement speaker. First, the speech must be short. Second, the speech must be shorter. And third, the speech must be shorter. I think I got the message. While today is set aside to recognize and celebrate individual achievements, as it should be, it is also a good time for us all to stop and reflect on how we have all come to be in this place at this time. While it is true that none of you would be here today without years of individual dedication, perseverance, determination, and hard work, it is also true that none of you would be here today without lots of support, help, encouragement, and love from others. So while it is fitting and proper that you all feel really good about yourselves and your accomplishments, remember, you would not be here without being in the dreams of your family and friends, even though I remind you, you may not have been in their wildest dreams. And that should help keep you grounded a bit. Not only have your family and friends been a big part of your success, but the faculty and staff of this great university have invested handsomely in your growth and education over the past several years. So as you revel in today's celebration, remember those unsung heroes who helped you along the way, your teachers. I think they deserve a special place in your hearts, and the older you get, the more you will realize that. Even before the current set of administrators and faculty were here at Troy, there has been a 125-year history of thousands who have shaped and molded this institution so as to provide you with the opportunities that have been made available to you. So remember those unnamed people upon whose shoulders you stand as you rise to receive your degrees and come forward to accept your diplomas. And remember this, the future students of this university will need shoulders upon which to stand. And it is without a doubt each of our responsibilities to make sure that we take our respective places in that long line to assure that these future students will have a solid foundation as we did during our time here at Troy. In the coming years, please remember, you have a responsibility here at Troy to give back. I assure you that you can never give back to Troy as much as you have received. So celebrate, thank your family and friends and teachers, but return to Troy and give back to this great institution, for you will receive far more than you give. Finally, I know you would be disappointed today if you came to your commencement address and didn't get some sage advice, and I surely do not wish to disappoint you. What follows is a short list of do's and don'ts that were delivered by writer and philosopher Kurt Vonnegut to the 1997 class of MIT. Enjoy the power and beauty of your youth. Oh, never mind. You will not understand the power and beauty of your youth until you've faded. But trust me, you'll look back at photos of yourself and recall in a way you can't grasp now how much possibility lay before you and how fabulous you really looked. Don't worry about the future. Know that worrying is about as effective as trying to solve an algebraic equation by chewing bubble gum. The real troubles in your life are apt to be things that never crossed your worried mind, the kind that blindsides you at 4 p.m. on some idle Tuesday. Do one thing every day that scares you. Sing. Don't be reckless with other people's hearts, and don't put up with people who are reckless with yours. Don't waste your time on jealousy. Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind. The race is long, and in the end, you're only racing with yourself. Remember compliments that you receive. Forget the insults. If you succeed in doing this, tell me how. Keep your old love letters, throw away your bank statements. Stretch every day. Don't feel guilty if you don't know what you want to do with your life. The most interesting people I didn't know at age 22, didn't know what they wanted to do at age 22. Some of the most interesting 40-year-olds still don't know. Be kind to your knees. You'll miss them when they're gone. Maybe you'll marry, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll have children, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll divorce at 40. Maybe you'll dance the funky chicken on your 75th wedding anniversary. Whatever you do, don't congratulate yourself too much or berate yourself either. Your choices are half chance. So are everybody else's. Enjoy your body. Use it every way you can. Don't be afraid of it or what other people think of it. It's the greatest instrument you'll ever own. Dance, even if you have nowhere to do it but in your living room. Read the directions, even if you don't follow them. Do not read beauty magazines. They will only make you feel bad. Get to know your parents. You never know when they'll be gone for good. Be nice to your siblings. They're your best link to your past and the people most likely to stick with you in the future. Understand that friends come and go, but with a precious few, you should hold on. Work hard to bridge the gaps in geography and lifestyles, because the older you get, the more you need the people who you knew when you were young. Travel. Accept certain inalienable truths. Prices will rise. Politicians will philander. You too will get old. And when you do, you'll fantasize that when you were young, prices were reasonable, politicians were noble, and children respected their elders. Respect your elders. Don't expect anyone to support you. Maybe you have a trust fund. Maybe you'll have a wealthy spouse, but you never know when either one of them might run out. I think those are some pretty good common sense words of advice, don't you? Finally, and I told you this was going to be short, there's a quote from John Wesley, the father of the Wesleyan movement and the modern Methodist Church, that I would like to leave with you. If you remember nothing else about what I have said here today, try to apply this in your lives. For I believe if you do, you will achieve success. And that is this: do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as you can. Thank you.
Mr. Johnson, would you come forward? Chancellor Hawkins, I present to you Mr. Earl Johnson, former Andalusia mayor and Troy University alumnus. Mr. Johnson has distinguished himself as a leader in his community, in his state, and in his university. His degrees include the bachelor's degree from Troy University and the Doctor of Jurisprudence from Samford University's Cumberland School of Law. He has received the Distinguished Leadership Award from Troy University, and it is my pleasure to recommend to you that the Doctor of Humane Letters be conferred upon him.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the laws of the state of Alabama, it's indeed my pleasure to confer this degree upon you, Mr. Johnson, with great appreciation from your alma mater. Congratulations.
Chancellor Hawkins, assisted by Dr. Doug Hawkins, is now presenting Mr. Johnson his doctoral hood. The hood is the most colorful and distinctive element of academic regalia. The color and design indicate the university conferring the degree. Troy University hoods are lined in cardinal with both black chevron and a silver chevron. You are viewing the first specially designed doctoral robe unique to Troy University. The robe's material matches the robes of our Board of Trustees and Chancellor. The front back black velvet displays Troy University seals. The doctoral degree bars are also black velvet with silver cording. The six-cornered tam is black velvet with gold doctoral tassel. Before we proceed to the awarding of the degrees to our candidates today, let me ask that you remain in your seats to take photograph of graduates in order that everyone may see. Please hold your applause until all graduates have crossed the stage. And finally, please remain in your seats until the graduation ceremony is concluded. Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree please rise? Chancellor Hawkins, these candidates have completed all requirements for the bachelor's degree, and on behalf of the faculty, I recommend that the degree be conferred.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the deans, and upon approval of the provost, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the laws of the state of Alabama, it's indeed a pleasure for me to confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree which you have earned. Congratulations.
Please be seated. Will the candidates for the master's degree please rise? Chancellor Hawkins, these candidates have completed all the requirements for the master's degree, and on behalf of the graduate faculty, I recommend that the degree be conferred.
Upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty and the deans, and upon the approval of the provost, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the laws of the state of Alabama, it's indeed a real pleasure for me to confer upon each of you the master's degree which you have earned. Congratulations.
Please be seated.
Will the graduates receiving the bachelor's degree in the College of Arts and Science please come forward to receive your diplomas? Dominique Rochelle Allen. Jonathan Albert Bohannon, cum laude. Sarah Lawson Chafin. Heather Diane Clark. Gilmore Clifton Collier III. LeBaron Terry Evans Jr. Alicia Marie Friday, cum laude. Stephanie Marie Glanton. Stephen Hugh Harbin. Thomas Brett Horton, magna cum laude. Sophia Denise Irving. Jeremy Charles Jones, magna cum laude. Matthew Douglas Jordan, Sr. Whitney Catherine McGill, summa cum laude. Matthew David Miller. Michael Eldon Patrick. Julie Marie Peratt. Maurice Lamar Pollock. Charles Jacob Price, magna cum laude. Eddie Travis Ramey. Michael Dent Ramsey. John Grady Reeves. Shelley Diane Robinson. Catherine Michelle Rogers, cum laude. Natalie Nicole Williams. Sade Lynette Wise. Would you please join me in congratulating these graduates from the College of Arts and Sciences?
Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree in the Sollell College of Business please come forward to receive your diploma? Desmond Alexander Brown. Dustin Shane Brown. Natalie Lauren Burns. Thomas Aaron Cox. Justin Scott Culliford. Stephen Terrell Gray. Hayden Stanley Garner. William Zachary Gradwell. Christine Renee Hill. Derek Ryan Holton. Phyllis Waramu Karee. Grant Michael Coleman. Giordino Dion Marchina. Gerald Sherrod Martin. Joshua Andre Maxwell. Leanne Tyler McKenzie, cum laude. Trina Chanel Means. Yaquing Mao, cum laude. Lauren Brooke Miller. James Scott Montgomery. Justin Daniel Peters. Brandon Rashawn Reed. Adrian Lanice Walton. Jiajing Nguyen. Ebona Anisha Williams. Please join me in congratulating the graduates of the Sollell College of Business.
Will the graduates receiving the bachelor's degree in the College of Communication and Fine Arts please come forward to receive your diplomas? Nathan Ezekiel Bonham Arnold. Sharisa LaShonda Barton. Latira Rochelle Baxter. Jessica Grace Campbell. Ashley Nicole Cunningham. Samaya Elise Shalik Daniels. Heather Wade Dickinson. Lauren Ashton Estes, cum laude. Rebecca Lee Fedor, cum laude. Sarah Michelle Godwin, cum laude. Jeffrey Henry Hake, Jr. Sonia Coombe Hornsby. Nathan David Morris. Cassie Lynette Newman. Regina Lynette Newsom. Heather Renee O'Quinn. Clinton Allen Rogers. Haley Britt Sherrill, cum laude. Kayush Shibuye, cum laude. Jamie Marie Sparacino, magna cum laude. My daughter, Stephanie Renee Spurlock. Natalie Marie Vallis. Brianna Celeste Walton. Will you all please join me in congratulating these new graduates from the College of Communication and Fine Arts.
Will the graduates receiving the bachelor's degree in the College of Education please come forward to receive your diplomas? Tara Rebecca Camp. Jennifer Crowder Carlson. Kayla Latrice Ellis. Carla Renee Flowers. Natasha Larietta Means. Tiffany A. Oliver. William Justin Prescott. Purvis Brett Johnson. Sierra Dorcel Snell. Brittany Ray Stoltz. Will you please join me in congratulating the graduates from the College of Education?
Will the graduates receiving the bachelor's degree in the College of Health and Human Services please come forward to receive your diplomas? Amy Marjorie Allen, magna cum laude. Laura Michelle Belcher. Latwise Nicole Dixon. Kristen Lane Dobbs. Rawa C. Felsisi, summa cum laude. Tequila Ronchelle Garrett. Bernard Terrell Goins. Jordy Allen Hayden. Chandra Elaine Kennedy. Mark David Libbs. Lacey Joanna May. Justin Anthony Majudi. Jerome Lewis Odom. Kevin Michael Taylor. Charlene Deanne Taylor. Blair Christine Wiggins. Ladies and gentlemen, let's congratulate the graduates of the College of Health and Human Services.
Will the graduates receiving the master's degree in the College of Arts and Sciences please come forward to receive your diplomas? Kimberly Copeland Funk. Theresa Vernita Mays. Erica Andrew Pouncey. Lindsay Deline Wright. Please join me in congratulating these graduates of the College of Arts and Sciences.
Will the candidates for the master's degree in the Sollell College of Business please come forward to receive your diploma? Jennifer Maxwell Atkinson. Ching O. Fei Bao. Anna Catherine Bunton. Columbus Brett Butler. Martez Coachman. Terry Lynn Danford. Elizabeth Ann Garl. Paulania Harkless. Renew Jacques. Juan Tony King. Brenda Mark. Laura Elizabeth McDonald. Jeffrey Michael Miller. Leneva Jean Morgan. Heather D. Owen. Makish Tamar Rajendrabhai Patel. Hakan Payat. Sonny Wright. Yoshika D. Rankin. Matthew Emery Stringfellow. Rumika Raish Talati. Mackenzie Elaine Tew. Joe Tong. Lemuel Barry Tucker. Dan Wang. Jonathan Lewis West. Ming Xu. Yang Hua Chow. Please join me in congratulating the master's graduates of the Sollell College of Business.
Will the graduates receiving the master's degree in the College of Education please come forward to receive your diplomas? Tamara Marie Bird. Elizabeth Ann Hancock. Soo Hee Lee. Soo Young Park. Sonia Parson McBride. Karen Lee Pierce. Heather Elizabeth Taylor. Chandra Nicole Thompson. Vincent Patrick Vincent. Tiffany Michelle Walker. Ryan Forrest Wright. Darian A. Mitchell. Please join me in congratulating the master's graduates of the College of Education.
Will the graduates receiving the master's degree in the College of Health and Human Services please come forward to receive your diplomas as I call your name? Marcus Bradley Paramore. Samika Joe Parks. Teresa M. Watkins. Ladies and gentlemen, let's congratulate the master's graduates of the College of Health and Human Services.
Chancellor Hawkins, Mr. Johnson, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pride that I present to you the newest Troy, second lieutenant entering the United States Air Force. This graduate will commission with an effective date of rank of 25 July 2008 as directed by the President of the United States of America. Second Lieutenant Derek Holton is taking an oath of office to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and will be assigned to the Air Force mission of flying, fighting, and winning the domains of air, space, and cyberspace. Second Lieutenant Holton is being assigned to the Manpower Career Field, and his first duty location will be at Grand Forks Air Force Base, North Dakota. Chancellor Hawkins, as is customary in keeping with the highest tradition of military service, this newly commissioned second lieutenant will render his first salute to you as the presiding official, and then a second salute to fellow classmates and graduates whom represent the American people he has sworn to protect and serve.
Would you please stand for the singing of the alma mater and for the benediction to follow? The words of the alma mater are located on the second page of your program immediately below the national anthem. Following the singing of the alma mater, please remain standing for the benediction, and after the benediction, would you remain in place for the recessionals until after the platform party and graduates have left the arena.
Please join me.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, God, I just thank you so much for this commencement exercise that we got to partake in, dear Lord. Lord, I thank you for each graduate, and I pray as they embark a new chapter of their life that you will just lead, guide, and direct them, and just bless them richly. Dear Lord, I just thank you for this university and the leaders in it. I pray that you'll continue to bless them and just be with us as we depart from here and keep us safe. In Jesus Christ, I'm going to pray. Amen.